What's up, Transformers fans? Mondo here with another Moonbase 84 transmission. And before we get into today's video, if you could hit that like button, subscribe, and all that jazz, I'd really appreciate it. So a while ago, I reviewed this guy. This is the Authentics, I think, Alpha Class Soundwave. And for what he is, I said he was a pretty decent figure. $10 figure. If you're not familiar with Authentics, they're kind of like budget Transformers that you can find like at places like Dollar General or like, you know, bargain stores. And today when I was there picking up my bottled water, because I refuse to pay a lot of money for bottles of water, I stumbled across this guy, the Authentics, which I think is the Bravo class Optimus Primal, and he looked pretty cool in the package. He looked pretty decent, so I figured pick him up and we could check him out. And for these Bravo class figures, it always seems like they change up the packaging. Sometimes they're on card with a bubble, but now they appear to be in these little boxes. They also had the Bumblebee and Prime, which I think are just, they keep pumping out the same Bumblebee and Prime designs. They're evergreen designs, and they don't look very good. But like I said, the Alpha Soundwave look is pretty good, and I think did the RC in this scale. A little short video on my lunch way back in the summer. But yeah, the packaging is actually pretty cool. You see Primal in 8 mode, plastic free packaging. Transformers, Optimus Primal, you can see him there in the plastic free window, which is, I don't know if it's going to change for these types of Transformers, but the plastic free, I believe, is going away for everything else. More than meets the eye. It's funny, authentic Transformers, but we always get that on boxes. Nowhere does it really say this is the authentic line, which is interesting. And this is why, like, I decided to pick him up. He looks pretty good for what he is, so we're gonna check him out. I'll pop him open and we'll see what's going on with this guy. I should also mention, for those that don't know, that the Authentics Bravo class are like your core class size figures in like your Legacy or Studio Series line. So with that being said, for the line he's in, he's looking pretty good here. He's got some nice detail in his fur, and he's got some hits of paint. So we'll take a closer look. So again, remember, this is a $6 budget figure, so I think he's looking pretty good. He's got a nice little head sculpt. I mean, not super detailed with the paint, but there's some nice sculpt in his chest. You can see the blue, and where the fur is supposed to be in his armor plating. So not a bad little sculpt on this guy, going down to his hips. His legs are silver. Red knee pads. It's more of that nice fur detail. I like the piston look right here, and like the shin and his feet. Moving around to the back again, carries it over. Of course, he is hollow. The RC was hollow. The Soundwave Alpha class, the bigger class, is hollow, but again, these are budget. They skimp on details, they're not as well engineered and things like that, because this is a $6 figure. But still, overall, again, for the price, really nice looking. Primal also comes with 2 accessories, these blue guns, and you can, of course, they're very gummy, I will say. But of course, price point, I mean, the Flexi, you can put them in his hands. Can you put them here? Yes, you can put them there too, so that's pretty cool. Articulation wise, he's okay. Again, we gotta look at the price point. I know I keep saying that, but I just want people to know. His head's on his ball. It does get some movement up and down. He does start popping apart. Shoulders rotate. They go out that far. This is like a shoulder pad, so you know it flows with it. It likes to flow with it too much. You can push it down like that. He's got a swivel at the elbow, and the main problem with this figure is the elbow. This is about all you get. Straight, and that's a shame. If they just did like a little cut for, I believe it's a ball. It might be a pin, but if they did like a little ball and just cut a little bit into here, you would have gotten a little more. So that's kind of a shame. No waist, no wrist. Legs are on a ball, crashes into here, but you can fake it kind of and go out like that. Swivel at the knee because of that hollowness, pretty nice knee bend. And his foot is on a ball, so it wiggles all around. So yeah, kind of a shame about that limited elbow articulation. Now I'll go ahead and transform Primal up off camera and we'll take a look at his ape mode. And here's Optimus Primal all transformed up into monkey mode. I know he's an ape. And again, he looks pretty nice. He looks pretty good. Get a closer look. I'm going to try to get some of that detail of his ape face, which doesn't look bad at all. Looks pretty cool. Hopefully you can see it. It is really reflecting off of my camera light. But yeah, pretty cool. Gray. Little hint of, I think, red in there. My eyes suck. Of course, once again, you see the nice details that we saw in robot mode, the first sculpt. I didn't notice some of these like robotic details here. Maybe the, oh, those are his guns for robot mode. That's pretty cool. Now this flips around to reveal the ape chest, which is nice and nicely sculpted. In light gray again. There's the top and the side. So yeah, pretty cool again. Articulation is almost the same in ways, but just he's basically Primal flipping his head around and hunch forward, because most Primals are like that. Of course, you still got that hollowness, this time pointed in the front. Yeah, same articulation pretty much. His head does look up a little bit more. You can look down. Can it go side to side? No, because no, not really side to side. But yeah, still not a bad ape mode. You can take the blasters and port them up here for some firepower in his beast mode. This one doesn't want to go in. There we go. So you can do that. So that's kind of fun. But once again, unfortunately, due to the limitations of his elbow bend, you can't have him pounding his chest in gorilla mode. Just such kind of a disappointing missed opportunity. He was almost there. So to wrap things up, this Authentics Bravo class Optimus Primal, to me, was two little cuts into the forearms away from being really, really good, especially for the $6 price point. As he stands, he's still pretty good, but just those little cuts would have sent him over the top and made him a fantastic figure for the price point, in my opinion. He's still really good. He's got some nice sculpt work. He's got some nice colors. Transformation is actually pretty cool for this price point. Again, I keep saying that, but I just want to stress it so you know, in case you didn't know what you're going to get if you picked it up. Tongue-tied. To switch his head around is like a lot of Primals. You slide this piece open and twist the head right out, which I was not expecting with this Optimus Primal. But yeah, he's still a really fun figure if you see him in your Dollar Generals or wherever, maybe Big Lots probably. And you want a fiddle figure, a pretty decent Optimus Primal fiddle figure, I would say go ahead and pick him up. That's what he's going to be for me. I love my fun little fiddle figures. And that'll wrap things up. And with that being said, as always, thanks for docking.